We're about ready to plug the phone in here and feature our chat with SHAYSON Clay. And Tracy's going to let us know when that's ready to happen. Hey, SHAYSON, are you on the air with us?
What's going on, man?
Hey, it's working just fine. Nothing. It's good to hear your voice, dude. Were you surprised when we asked you to do an interview representing your band from the 80s, Naked Hippie?
Yeah, I was. You know, it's been a long time, man. So, but it's always good to revisit.
Yeah, totally.
Real fun time.
Yeah, those were fun days. I remember them well, and yeah, we had a blast.
We had a lot of response this week from email and Facebook when people knew we were having you on. So it's kind of cool to revisit one of the old friends from the old scene in Central Illinois. And I have a list of questions for you, and I'm trying to find them. How many shows did Naked Hippie actually play? Because my memory is so bad. How many gigs did you actually play as a band?
Oh, man. You know, it probably numbered around 100. I remember Danny had a list that he gave me. He kept the list up to about 35 or 36, I think, and then I tried to keep it, filled in from there. But it was probably around 100, maybe a little bit more.
It's cool how Johnny Ramone always notoriously kept track of all the Ramones happenings. I kind of lost track of my stuff too, but what is the history of Naked Hippie? Like what year did the band begin and what year did you guys break up?
Well, they started in 1986, I believe. They had Lance was their original singer. And I think they did a show over in Peoria. Maybe did one or two shows before I joined the band. I know one was in Peoria. I think maybe I could be wrong, but I think it was Caustic Defiance and the Outbreaks, and they just ended up getting up and playing and doing a few songs. And then Lance wasn't. I don't think he was in the band even a year. And then I joined in 1987 is when I joined the band. So. Beginnings, I think it was actually Danny, Jeff, and Barry, Steffi. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't remember there being another singer of Naked Hippie, but then again, back to that memory thing.
Yeah, he was in there, like I said, it was a real brief period of time, and then when I joined the band, a lot of people were trying out for him, Dave Chris and Scott Curry. I think there's a whole slew of people in the scene here, that tried out for him. But evidently, Jeff told me that I turned purple, so that's why and I screamed, so that's why they picked me.
That's cool. That's rad, man. You guys only did the one album, right?
Yeah, and then we had I thought Woodstock was over demo tape that we did in the Steffi basement over in East Peoria there.
Where did you...
Steve engineered that.
Where did you record the infamous album?
That was at Willie Wells over by Champaign. Do you recall that place?
I don't.
It was an old abandoned high school. They had a recording studio in there.
Oh, trippy. Yeah, I don't remember that place, but then again, I don't think I recorded in Champaign though either. Do you have any cool memories associated with recording the Naked Hippie record?
It was really, really cold. I remember that, and I remember when Barry brought in his Gibson SG. The paint was cracked on it because it was so cold.
Wow!
But then the cracks all disappeared when it came into the heat. It was kind of bizarre. It was just the coating on the guitar. But I was really, really sick. Terribly sick. I should have never kept those tracks on that record, but I think I explained it to you in the messenger that too much thinking, and there's another song that I ended up going back and redoing, and those songs really stand out to me. I mean the album's great, don't get me wrong, but I just kind of wish I would have just gone back and retracked all those vocals, but it's just bizarre. It was really cold. It was out in the middle of nowhere in this old abandoned school.
Do you have any personal vocal influences, man?
Vocally, no, because I've always been a guitar player.
Interesting.
Never really thought myself as a singer. I just, I was good friends with those guys, and I was a metalhead. Started out as a metalhead, and then metal in the '80s kind of took a flaky turn with Priest putting out Turbo and all that stuff. So I kind of needed a harder edge, and thrash metal came along, and then punk, and I always played guitar, but vocally, no, I never really, bands that I really liked back then were like Battalion of Saints was something that I, maybe vocally, Raw Power was another one. Vocally, the only thing that ever influenced me was probably punk bands, but it would be bands like that.
Yeah, we had George Anthony from Battalion of Saints on not too long ago, and his vocals are definitely one of a kind. Some powerful stuff there, man.
Oh, I love them. They're one of my favorites.
Do you still talk to the old guys, your ex-band members from Naked Hippie?
I see Jeff quite a bit. Jeff Wilson. He's got a record store, North Street Records, in downtown Normal. So I stop in and see him. Dan Malin, I haven't seen him in a while. He lives close to me, but he just kind of quit playing drums. And Barry, keep track online. I saw him, it's been probably 5 or 6 years ago. He came to town, but everybody kind of split and went their ways.
Yeah, it's cool to know that Jeff still has his record store, man. It was always a really cool store. Last time I saw Jeff was, God, I don't even remember. It's been a lot of years ago, but the store was very cool then, and it's nice to know he still got it going, man.
Yeah, man, he's a hip dude. He knows what's up.
Yeah, wish I was closer. I got a stack of vinyl, man. I got a bunch of stuff for my own discography I'm trying to hawk. You know how that goes, man.
Oh, yeah.
So Naked Hippie was the only band that you ever sang for? It was always guitar for you, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yep. I kind of played guitar before then, never played in a band. In high school, I did sing for another band, JAB, just another band. And I did one show with them, It was just kind of, I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of filled in for them. But maybe, kind of in retrospect, that might have been what, maybe that was kind of some sort of a catalyst of, influence to join Naked Hippie. I'm not sure.
Yeah, change.
Those are some pretty foggy memories, man.
I bet, man. Trying to sort through all the booze.
Yeah, no kidding.
How many albums were pressed of the Naked Hippie album? Do you remember how many you guys pressed? 1,000
of them.
Well, okay.
And he just sold out in the last year or two. So we've actually been talking about doing a repressing of it or some kind of something. We'd toss that idea around. It'd be nice to find a label, maybe, if there's a label out there that would want to.
Check out maybe Puke and Vomit Records in Southern Cali would probably be interested.
Really?
Yeah, they've done stuff for me, and that's what they do. They reissue stuff that was put out in the 80s. That's what they primarily do, and they've got a lot of great stuff on their label, man. Good names.
Really?
So, yeah,
that's interesting to know. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and
maybe you can give me that information afterwards.
I will, man. I'll send that over to you, brother, after we chat. The guy's name's Nat, and I think he'll be your hookup. Also, do you have any favorite old school memories from the old days, like any Naked Hippie shows that were incredibly crazy, or any particular memory from back then that you want to share?
Oh yeah, I remember playing Charleston. Me and Ed Young were talking about that. It was us and Semi-Sids and a band, me and him and Greg Heath had called the Rednecks, and we played down at Charleston, and they showed up with warm beer. I can't remember what, but this just kind of set us off, and lights were kicked out of the ceilings, toilets were smashed. One of the guys with us got his nose broken.
Wow.
And then the stage was up on these oil drums. They had this platform, basically on these oil drums, and we were picking up the stage while the band was playing, and or Ed was, he was lifting up the stage, and it was just total madness, man. We just destroyed that place.
Man,
Came in like a tornado. It was fun.
Don't pay those guys in warm beer, jeez. What are you doing today, man? What's going on new, man? What's up the future for you, bro? You jamming now?
Yeah, I'm still in Blackwater.
Oh yeah, Blackwater's I like that band.
Yeah, man. We've got like 12 new songs. We've got a CD we've been working on, material anyway, kind of pre-production, hoping to get in the studio. We were hoping for this year, but it's probably going to be, with everything, families and seasons,
I do know, man. Well,
it's just kind of hard to do that. So.
Well, we've played that band on the show before, so when you get a new release out, let me know if I can get a copy or like find some stuff I can play from like online or something, because we'd love to play it, brother, for sure. And we're gonna follow up this chat with a tune from the Naked Hippie, the legendary Naked Hippie album. And the tune we're going to play is a song that SHAYSON helped me pick out, that I guess because we can't play cuss words because of the FCC, man. But it's a tune called Too Much Thinking. And what should we know about this? Anything you want to say about it before we roll into this and say goodbye, bro?
I don't know. It just kind of, that song always kind of stood out for me as the kind of one of our better songs. I don't really know any story behind it. I'm pretty sure Barry and Jeff and Danny wrote that. I know I didn't really have any hands in it, but it's just always been kind of one of our more solid songs. I'm just the singer, don't shoot.
Well, yeah,
right.
Dude. I really appreciate you taking the time to join Tracy and I on the Church of Rock tonight. I really wanted to talk a little about Naked Hippie and play some of the music. And I thought, why play the music and why not talk to the man, one of the guys from the band. So I saw you online and thought, SHAYSON, yes. So thanks for doing it, dude. It's nice talking to you, and it's cool to play your old music.
Yeah, thanks so much, SHAYSON.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on and revisiting that point in time. It was fun.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So keep in touch, my friend. We will go ahead and roll into Naked Hippie right now from the Naked Hippie album from 1989, I believe, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, it's SHAYSON Clay. You're listening to the Church of Rock on KSKQ, and thanks again, my friend.
Right on.
It's Naked Hippie in the Church of Rock on KSKQ.
Thanks, SHAYSON.